What to do on the first date? Dating advice for men. I know it's a little bit windy here. My hair is a bit all over the place, been swimming. But this channel is dedicated to giving you no BS, novel dating advice for the modern man. I've got my mic here. You can check out the top link in the description, go to the website. Most of the times I am coaching men on cold approach. And then we talk about every aspect of dating during that. So, what to do on the first date? There is a misconception out there with most men that they should put their best foot forward, and that first date should be taking her somewhere really nice. They believe that they should take her out to dinner, they should take her somewhere and spend some money, even though they don't know her very well and society has changed. In the past, you see, men had a lot more power when it came to relationships. They didn't have to fear the woman leaving after the first date because she has access to a million other men. They didn't have to fear spending a lot of money on the first date and doing their best to put their best foot forward, while having that girl literally ghost them without any excuse, not even explaining themselves, just blocking him the very next day. Now, in the past, men didn't have to worry about that, but they have to worry about that today. You can go out on a date with a modern woman today, and she has so much more power than ever before in history. And so you can go out there and spend hundreds of dollars on her. You can pick her up in a limousine, you can take her to your helipad and take her on a helicopter ride, and you can take her on a private jet. As soon as she finishes that date and extracted all the resources possible from you, she has absolutely no obligation to see you again, or even send you a reply explaining why. She doesn't have to explain anything to you. No obligation to you at all. And respect has diminished in society massively, especially in the West. So when you take all that into account, if you take a girl out to a nice dinner on the first date, which in the past I would say would be more of an honest signal, they used to call it an honest signal. When the man had power, the woman was looking for honest signals to prove that he was really interested in a relationship with her. So he needed to prove that he was interested in something serious, not just a one-night stand. The thing is, these days, you can prove that you're interested, but every man, most men in Western society, is struggling to get a serious girl. In fact, the power dynamic has changed to the point where we are looking for honest intentions on their behalf, because most women don't believe in monogamy these days, especially in the West. They're looking to sleep around, and they will go out with you, and it doesn't matter how much money you spend on them. There's absolutely no obligation for them to see you again. So therefore, you, if you're a smart man and you're caught up and you're not brainwashed by the system, you're not brainwashed by your parents trying to teach you what happened in the past is still happening today, how cheap rent and property was back then. The boomers have no idea how the world has changed. So if you are listening to this advice, then you're behind the eight ball. You're going to lose, and you're going to continue to lose until you wake up to yourself. Day one, the first date, when you meet her, you should not be spending hardly any money. It should be something like a coffee date, and you should be trying to pull her directly home. The only real key that you have right now is possibly trying to sleep with her on the first date. And if you do first, second, third, fourth dates, and you try to build rapport over that period of time, and be a gentleman and be chivalrous and all of these other outdated concepts that women don't respect anymore, they don't respect it because they have the power. They respected chivalry because it was another honest sign that you are looking for a serious relationship. They no longer care about that anymore. And so therefore you have no obligation to be chivalrous spend more than $5 on a date, and I'm dead serious, take it to 7-Eleven, grab yourself a dollar coffee, $2 coffee now. You have no obligation to spend or do anything on the first date at all. I wouldn't recommend that you split the bill on a first date, because even though women have the power and you don't have to show honest signals these days, I think you also need to be very careful that women, they want as much power as they possibly can. And if you keep going, if you learn cold approach, let's just say you're one of my students, you learn cold approach, you obviously get more success than you watching this video and any other human being on planet Earth, because my methods work. You will find yourself going out on so many dates that if you spend $100 on each date, at the end of the week you're going to be broke. There's going to be nothing left in your bank account because you're going to be dating so many women. You need to take, if you did 1, 2, 3 dates with a woman and then she disappears, that's a sunk cost fallacy. It's like, let's just keep taking her out and out and out again, and you keep sinking more money and time into her. What you need to do is reverse engineer it back to the first date and try to make everything happen on the first date and spend as little money as possible. They don't deserve you to spend any more money on them. Take them out for coffee, something cheap, get to know them, and see if she turns up for the next date if you don't manage to pull her or sleep with her on the first date. Your job is to make it happen as fast as possible and try to look for signals that she is not a 304, which is almost, that's a large percentage of women out there today. And you're there to try to find a woman who is looking for a serious relationship, which is very rare these days. And so the least amount of time, the least amount of money, and the least amount of honest signals and chivalry and all of that other jazz from the past, you need to remove that and become a bit more hardened as a man, because the world is hard against you. And that's the slap in the face you needed. If you want to learn cold approach, get some more dates in. Look at me, I'm an old man, look at these wrinkles. Yet I'm doing quite well. I'm probably doing better than you, even if you're in your 20s. I'll see you guys in the next video.